Here's an interesting book called Mind Sights by Roger Shepard. He likes to play tricks on people. These two tabletops are identical in size and shape, but you'd never suspect that. These two monsters are identical in size and shape, but once again, the artist has used illusion to trick you. One of the other illusions he's using is one-point perspective, which we're actually going to start learning today. So this is how the artists tell the truth through lies. Perspective today. We're going to draw a cube above a horizon line, on a horizon line, and below a horizon line. The horizon line can also be called your eye level in this case. Things will be above it, on it, and below it. We're going to take lines that are called converging lines and make sure they all vanish at the vanishing point. So here's my pencil drawing. I'm going to go over it with markers so you can really clearly see how this system works with one-point perspective. But notice at the corner of the box, I'm going to go back towards the vanishing point. And then since the front of the box is facing us, I'm going to draw that back edge in as a parallel line. If the box is above us, we'll be able to actually see the bottom of it. You'll see that in just a second. Notice those lines go towards the converging line, and then those two lines are parallel for the front and the side. One more time, converging lines go towards the vanishing point, and then I'm going to draw in parallel line to the bottom, parallel line on the side, so it'll show off three sides of the box: the front, the side, and the bottom. But you can also draw on the inside of things. I'll need a line that goes on that edge right there through the inside of my box, or the interior of it. So once again, that line goes towards the vanishing point from the inside corner. The next three will come off of the outside of the box towards vanishing point, and then I'll draw in parallel lines. So this is stuff you guys have seen before. That should not be too difficult. Some look below eye level, above eye level, and some look right on the eye level. So here's kind of how it pans out with color. I filled those in so you could clearly see the different sides of the box. But you don't have to draw just rectilinear or square geometric objects. You could choose to draw something more organic, like this scroll, for example, going off in one-point perspective. Every time there's an edge, I take those edges and make sure they disappear at the vanishing point. So all those lines that I draw with the ruler hit the edge of the scroll and go towards the vanishing point. There's the end of it, there's another edge, and then I just put a parallel line in. And that's what makes one-point perspective work. So you don't always have to do things that are floating. I could be on the inside of something as well. So in this case, I'm on the inside of a square, which is normally called a hallway. And notice I still have converging lines going towards the center of those doors, which is where I place my vanishing point. If you start to look around, you'll see these systems of perspective in everyday life. You'll actually see how they work. So there's the floor, here's the ceiling that's closest to me, here's the right wall that's closest to me, and over here is the left wall that's closest to me. And I'll go ahead and put the back wall in. And I'm going to skip over my exit sign so it overlaps things on the ceiling there. Now if I want to put a window in, notice the top and the bottom lines go towards the vanishing point. The sides are vertical though. They stay in line with the edge of the paper. So that's my horizon line, so I can put some mountains in since I live in Colorado. It's about where I'd see things from eye level. Go ahead and put my doors in. Notice they're just vertical lines, horizontal lines to make windows and doors, and the push bars. Oh, I got to continue my mountains as well. And then on the floor, if I want it to look like tile or brick or something, I just need to make sure that those planks get smaller as they go back in space because they continue to point towards the vanishing point. So every line is either horizontal, vertical, or goes towards the vanishing point when you're trying to draw things in one-point perspective, generally speaking. It's kind of a rule that you can follow most of the time. Then I added some details and I made them get closer towards the doors and further away towards the viewer so that it added more depth. You'll see I do that same trick here as I add in locker panels for the side wall. The lines are wider and further apart, and then they get closer and closer and closer together as they go towards vanishing point. That'll add depth. Now, what I want you to do is draw those things and then figure out how to draw your name in 1 point perspective. Good luck, have fun.